Right, good afternoon again, Insomnia I-71. Welcome back to the Simracing.GP area of the Intel stand. And we've got one more live race for you this afternoon. And this one's a bit special, isn't it, John?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a bonus race with some good people, some very well-known people as such.
I was sat down trying to get some aircon, and all of a sudden I get, can we just do one more race?
Yeah, I was just over there looking at times, and then suddenly there's a race going on, so bonus.
Love it. So we've got, over in Rigs 1 and 2, we've got two angry gamers. Please do.
Let's have a little see what they've got to say. Hello, guys. They're hard in fought here, but we've got a bit of a battle here. Who's going to be winning this?
Probably me.
Probably you. That's confident. Is there going to be a wager on it?
He's just spun out, so definitely.
There's definitely a wager going on down here. How are you feeling about your chances?
Well, I've just missed a corner and a spun out, so it's going well.
Good start then. Good start. We'll see what happens.
Good. Sounds good. In Rig 3, we've got the man known as GeekaWhat, who's been doing some awesome PC builds with Intel all weekend.
Might have to hit him up for that, but let's have a look.
I think you'd have to pay for it, mind.
Oh, maybe not. How are we feeling about your chances in this?
I've missed all of that question.
Okay, how are we feeling chances-wise on this?
Yeah, it's okay. I think the consistency is going to be the problem. I think over a single lap I'll be all right. Just over however many laps we do, and that's where the nerves, I think, are going to maybe potentially get the better of me.
You got 12 minutes, so you see 12 minutes to battle. I am distracting you, so that's the problem.
That's a good excuse. I'm going to use that excuse.
That's a race driver excuse, so good luck with that one.
Right, John, I'll distract some people instead now.
Perfect.
So over in Rig 4, we've got Michael, right?
Yeah, Michael. Yeah.
And what do you do while you're here?
I'm just here to have a look around. Used to come years ago, but haven't since COVID.
But I've heard a little rumour that you're pretty good in a race car.
Absolutely not.
The excuses are in early. But over in Rig 5 is Jasmine. And you're looking forward to this experience?
I'm going to be absolutely terrible, just so that everybody is aware.
It doesn't really matter, though. The first battle in sim racing, the first victory, as we said earlier, is just getting to the finish. Do you think you can do that?
If I'm lucky, maybe.
Excellent. So there, I've got to try and get off my knees.
You're struggling
now.
there, aren't you,
Yeah,
mate?
yeah, I might just stay down here.
Do you want me to help?
I'm fine. It's all good. It's all good. So tell us about the format, John.
So it's a 12 minutes still, again, 12-minute race. Basically, it's just a sprint to the finish. Who can get there first wins the race. So it's going to be a tense battle. It's Monza, so it's always fun, as we said earlier.
Absolutely. And right now, we've got a spinner. We've got a spinner, and here comes the replay of Rig 3. Where's Rig 3 gone?
Rig 3's pointing very much backwards and is struggling to get forward again.
They certainly are. So these are BMW M4 GT3 cars, as you said, at Monza. And this is on Assetto Corsa Competizione.
Well done.
Yes.
Nicely pronounced.
It's getting better. I tell you what I can't say, though, is who's it developed by?
Kunos?
Kunos, what's the full name? Kunos
Yes.
Simulation.
Yeah. I don't
Something
speak Italian, so I'm out.
No, I don't either. But so these guys just finishing off their little practice session. Then they will get one flying lap in qualifying. So they'll do an out lap, flying lap, and then they're done. That will set the grid. Now, of course, when we did the army race a little bit earlier, how was the grid set?
By who joined the server first, because they didn't set a lap.
No, none of them set a valid lap, so it was done by who joined the server first. But I'm sure these guys will do better. We've actually got a valid lap in practice, which is, I think, the first time we've had that for an organised race.
And it's an unexpected lap from Tommy over here.
Well, there we go. So 156.8 is... I'll tell you what, we've got racing in practice already. Side by side across the line, there is contact. This is only practice. So if that's what happens in practice, what on earth?
Here we go, qualifying time. You were first in practice as well. How's that feel?
I feel ecstatic.
Ecstatic from the fastest in practice. So
Is Kimi Räikkönen in Rig 2?
I think so. There's not much emotion, but we'll get you out on track for qualifying.
Right,
That was just practice.
Are we still going?
Yeah, you've got a qualifying and race to do.
Shit.
Well,
some fruity language we apologise for.
Yeah, I've had similar reactions, though, when somebody's told me...
Have you forgot about the race before?
No, but I have absolutely sweated it out in practice before and then gone,
and never recreated it again.
Yep.
We've all been there.
Yep. Yes. So these guys taking to the track then out on their out lap, heading round to do their one flying lap. So I think is rig 3 the first on track?
Correct. Rig 3 is first on track, so the Valentino Rossi livery. We'll see what's going to happen. Can he recreate Rossi's pace?
Ooh, I don't know, but it's grown on me, this livery. I do like this.
I didn't like it at first, but yeah, it's now working for me.
Unlike that line.
Yeah, that's not the racing line.
So straight across the chicane. Oh, and I can see some other bumping across the curbs in the background, but never mind. We will get these guys doing their flying lap in just a moment. So around they come on this out lap. There's a bit of intentional blocking going on.
They are racing. We've had some contact as well. So, guys, it's only qualifying. You're not meant to be racing yet.
But they're having fun. That's the most important.
That's all that sim racing's about. Until you get into a sweaty race, and then it's about winning.
John, are you having fun at Insomnia?
I'm loving it. This is great fun. This is one of my favourite events I've been to so far.
How many events have you been to?
2. But this tops it.
There we go. By the way, if you're wondering, we are streaming live on Twitch right now on SGP_racing, which is where you can also come to watch some live racing from time to time. Different championships and things going on all the time on there.
Correct. We've got multiple series, and we've actually got a big 24-hour race coming up.
Oh, yes, with an as yet
undecided track.
No.
Vote Kyle Army.
Vote Kyle Army. Hashtag vote Kyle Army. It's not going to get any votes by saying it here, really, is it? But you never know.
No, I don't think anyone's going to vote for it, but someone at home might. So
what's the benchmark time that the guys have set today on the rigs that these guys really are aiming for?
Well, the fastest lap time of the day in the challenge is a 1:51.1.
Okay.
So I do well to get that, I'm going to be honest.
Well, yeah, and actually yesterday we had a 1:49.9.
That's a good lap.
Which is a pretty good lap. And what was it UCOG did earlier?
He did a 47.5, I think?
47.5, something like
that.
Yeah, so what do we reckon? What kind of lap time can we expect from these guys?
If they put a lap together, which they're all valid at the moment, I reckon a 54.55. Oh, sorry, that one not valid, but we won't talk about that.
No, it's fine. There is still racing going on in qualifying, and that's now an invalid lap for Rig 4.
Rig 4's gone off invalid, so they're going to be starting at the back at the very least if everyone puts a valid lap in.
So, in terms of grid positions, it's going to be down to rigs 1, 2, and 3 then to try and set a lap. We're just seeing a replay on screen right now. I'm assuming this is going to be of what happened to Rig 5. Yeah, Rig 5 there. I tell you what, though, for somebody who's never done it before,
very good so far.
It's on the grey bit.
That's more than we can do, so...
Speak for yourself.
Rig 3's looking very speedy, to be fair. Great racing line so far. I've probably cursed them now.
I tell you what, you can see the tension, though.
There is a serious concentration phase going on.
There is. I like that, though.
Oh, and Rig 1's gone.
Rig 1 has gone.
And they hit each other as well.
Oh,
it's a punt. It's an Angry Gamers punt. There's going to be some... I hope they're not travelling home together tonight.
They're getting angrier and angrier by the moment, actually, by the looks of it.
Do I have to get in between them?
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, and another invalidation, So
in which case, all he's got to do is cross the line.
Which he has.
Which he has with a 2:01.4. Our pole man is GeekaWhat sat in Rig 3.
That's impressive, that is. That's a good lap.
It's not bad at all. And it puts him on pole with the only valid lap of the session. So our guys are going to move this on to the race, and then we'll have 12 minutes of racing around Monza.
I am slightly worried about Rigs 1 and 2 if they're going to end in a fist fight by the end of this.
Go find out what's going on.
Guys, talk to me. What happened?
My lap was going perfectly fine. I was having a nice Sunday drive, and then I got rammed off the track and it invalidated my lap, and now I'm very angry.
Very angry? Let's go to the other side, because there's always two sides to the story.
I don't remember it like that.
How do you remember it?
Well, he was going way too slow, man. It's a fast section. He's going so slow. What can I do?
He was on a Sunday drive on a Saturday.
I know. He doesn't know what day of week it is. You know what I mean, though?
Is there going to be some Turn 1 beef then?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
He needs me for a lift home, so no.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. We've made peace down here.
Rig 5, second place on the grid.
That's impressive for someone who's never, ever stepped in a sim rig. Round of applause, that's it.
So our grid order is Rig 3, Rig 5, Rig 4, Rig 1 and Rig 2. That means that Rig 1 and Rig 2 are starting side by side, heading down towards turn 1.
Watch your backs, guys. Careful.
So what's that? So yes, we'll see how that one goes. Bearing in mind, it didn't go very well in qualifying between those two. There was a little bit of beef, as he said.
A little bit.
And Monza is famous for turn 1 situations, shall we say.
I don't know what you're on about. Never involved.
Have you ever been involved at a T1 incident?
Maybe. I might not have even made it to turn 1 a few times, so. But I think we'll be safe. I feel like we've got some responsible people out here.
Yes, sim racers all know the Monza T1 gif that pops up whenever Monza is going on. Let's hope it's not quite like that.
I'm hoping it's going to go smoothly.
Yes,
it has done so far today, so.
I'm sure we will be fine. So the guys just taking a few moments before we get started. About 30 seconds then until their little short formation lap starts. And then we will let them away. They have to follow the instructions that are on the screen about starting. And then when the lights go green, they will be off and running and heading down towards turn 1, which is where things can go very, very right or very, very wrong. I'm voting for the second one. I don't know if there was a poll on Twitch this time. Was there a poll on Twitch? No, there's a shake of the head over there.
Sorry, just explaining the start procedures.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yes. Right, everyone's pressed drive, which is good. Once again, we've got a mixture of camera angles going on. So we've got a full-on cockpit version down in Rig 1.
Rig 1. An interesting one, Rig 2.
Yes. Rig 2 is on the front bumper.
Bumper cam. He's dragging his chin on the floor.
Bumper cam is rare, but may help spot the sausage curbs.
Correct, but also potentially scary.
Yes, indeed. Rig 3 is in the, what did you call it earlier?
Handsy cam.
The handsy, yeah, I didn't like that, but the handsy cam and...
No, go back.
Yeah, so just being given some instructions on getting started. So we are going to go green in just a moment. In fact, there we go, green lights. We are green, 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 and away we go. Rig 5 straight into the lead.
Impressive. But we are reaching turn 1 and there's...
Oh my goodness, we didn't make it to turn 1. Rig 5 has been hit and taken out of the lead. Who was it that caused that? We'll find out in just a moment. But I tell you what, it looks to me like Rig 2 is up into the lead.
Bumper cam working well to avoid the carnage.
Well, absolutely. So Rig 2 into the lead from Rig 1. Rig 5 getting going again. Here's the replay at the start. So, John, talk us through it.
Well, Rig 5 got a fantastic start. Rig 3 slacking. And, oh, we've just had that looks a bit intentional, that does.
That was a late move.
That was very late.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who that was. Was that Rig 4? No, it wasn't Rig 4, sorry.
It was Rig 1.
It was Rig 1. There's some death stares going down from Rig 5 to Rig 1.
Angry by name, angry by nature, it would seem.
Clearly, he wasn't over the punt in qualifying.
Road rage kicking in before we even got to turn 1.
And we got 2 drive-throughs.
Oh, hang on. There is contact between the 2 angry gamers, side by side bumping into each other. Out of the second Lesmo, and there is a change for lead position. There's also early drive-throughs being issued by race control. And no, we've got contact between 1 and 2 once again.
Now that was intentional.
No comment. Let's have a look at the replay though, and you can make your minds up for yourself, or John can tell you what's happening.
So we've got coming up into Ascari. Yeah, no brakes. I didn't see a brake light come on. Should we?
I wouldn't, to be fair.
No, I'm not going down there.
But there is now a great move from Rig 4 up the inside of Rig 2 into the Parabolica. It's not often you see somebody dive up the inside there, but he's made it stick. And Rig 4 takes the lead, I think. So across the line, yeah, Rig 4 into the lead.
However,
we don't know where the drive-throughs came from. We think it was start procedure or something like that.
No, it wasn't. I noticed that it was a chicane cut, I think. But
Okay, they've gone.
They've gone. Oh, there was
Race
no drive
control
race.
have cleared them. By the magic of Dan Terry, they have
DT
been
clears
cleared.
a DT.
DT clears the DTs, indeed. So Rig 4 then into the lead. 0.3 of a second the gap back to Rig 2.
He's
Rig
hot on
2
heels.
can now focus on the rear end of Rig 4.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I mean, he's locked in. He's lost his best mate who's angry at him now, so
I'm not sure they're best mates anymore.
but it's going to be an awkward car journey home by the sounds of it.
We're seeing a replay of Rig 1 here, who just bounced across every single sausage curb that there was. Made it look like sleeping policemen going into a car park or something, but nicely done.
He took it nice and slow. So.
Kept going. And I tell you what, though, we have got a proper battle on for the lead. So keep an eye on Rig 2 from your end.
I will.
I'm
Ooh.
here with Rig 4. They've avoided the Holman-style contact into the second Lesmo,
So
which is
it was
good.
close. It was close, but Rig 2 looks comfortable in this. He's broke nice and late. He's got rid of the early race nerves, and he's chasing down Rig 4.
Rig 4 trying to break the toe, though, and if you don't know what we mean by that, you know, these cars are big and chunky, and they cut a big hole in the air. So the fastest way to go is slot in behind another car in front of you where you're not battling against the air, and you will go a little bit faster. That's called getting the toe or the slipstream. And he's just about close enough, I think, Rig 2, to gain a bit of a toe from Rig 4.
Very minuscule at the moment. I feel like he's better on the looks better on the brakes, so he might catch him up here.
So maybe we've got one who is slow in, fast out, and one who's fast in, slow out.
Correct. The correct term is it should be slow in, fast out, especially around Monza. A lot of long
Absolutely.
straights. You want to be quicker out the corners here. But
Absolutely, because you then use that pace all the way down the straights. I saw. Did you see that glance across there?
that was like serious intensity there.
Yes, it was. Rig 2 late on the brakes, very late on the race. There's more contact. There is more contact. Rig 2 is going to take the lead, but I tell you what, our stewards might take a dim view of that one.
Race
We're
director
seeing
Stevie Baines looking at it. We've got a replay.
We're seeing the replay. Yeah, Rig 2 very late on the brakes into the back of Rig 4. Now, just before that happened, I saw Rig 2 give a glance across
There was a
towards
glance.
Rig 4.
I think he was also got distracted too much. He does what most people do is follow the car in front and try and react off them,
Yeah.
not off of his own
Yep.
racing.
No, we all do it. We all do it. And we all end up punting somebody from behind. Interestingly, though, Rig 4 does currently have purple lap, fastest lap of the race, which is a 1:54.757.
Good lap.
That is not shabby at all. In fact, it would make the leaderboard.
It would be 15th, which is very good. That's very impressive so far. No, it wouldn't. Sorry, I
No.
can't read. It would be 12th.
Very good. Well
That's
done.
very good.
Yeah.
My maths isn't good, though.
Maths not your strong point.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
No, I do words, not maths.
You do. You do. Rig 2 has been given a
5
5-second penalty.
I mean, that's it. I'm going to be honest, lenient for that.
But here's where it makes it interesting, because Rig 4 is 5.9 seconds behind. So all Rig 4 needs to do is close the gap by less than a second before the end of the race, and they will take the win.
I tell you what, though, Rig 2 putting in some decent laps. His last lap was a 55.4. He's on to just be. He's on for a 55.7.
We're getting. Oh, so Rig 3 has got a drive through. It's about to be cleared. There you go. So drive
Thank you,
through
race director.
for Rig 3 has been. He's very kind this afternoon, isn't
They're
he?
not normally like this when I race.
He's not normally like that.
No,
no.
I've normally got many penalties.
Yes, very, very many. But that's more to do with your driving than it is the harshness of the race director.
Might be fair.
Yeah. Okay, so Rig 5 hanging in there, doing a great job, still going, still on the lead lap. I tell you what, this is a good performance.
Never give up. Sim racing is about never giving up. Anything can happen, as we found out so far.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, our man in Rig 3 giving it all the beans through the parabolica. I actually saw the hands off the wheel, let it slide back, let
He
the
was going
direct
drift
drive of the
style.
wheel. Ah,
I
it's
will
good.
say he has got quite a bit of damage, though.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
I think there's quite a bit of damage out there. Let's have a check on the track cuts, by the way. Rig 5, absolutely zero track cut warnings.
Beautiful, perfect so far.
Perfect. Rig 4, who is now our net race leader, because he's just 4.0 behind. Oh, hang on a minute. We've got a moment for Rig 2 running out wide. This is a replay, and we're about to see an instant into the second Lesmo corner. Yes, loses the back end, too much speed in, I think.
Far too much speed in, yeah.
And
I
there
don't
we go.
think there was much braking.
There is a change of lead on the track then, so Rig 4 up into the lead, getting it very sideways through Ascari. Has recovered it, but now he's back into the position of needs to be within 5 seconds of Rig 2. So on-track lead changes, but what I was about to say is that Rig 4 has also got 2 track cut warnings.
Yeah, that could play a big factor, especially. But he has got the fastest lap, so he's got a good relative to base it off at the moment. So as long as he doesn't just fly through a chicane like Rig 3's done just now.
But cutting the track twice more would lead to a drive-through penalty for Rig 4 and would be all chances of a race win over. That's for sure. So needs to keep it between the white lines for the remaining 2 minutes of this race. So I think we will probably get this lap and one more afterwards.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, they're just coming into turn 1, so they should get one more, hopefully, depending on incidents.
Just 1 second between them now, so forget the penalty that's to be applied at the end of the race. We might actually get a legit on-track battle between these two. Rig 2 currently leads the race with Rig 4 right behind, and I tell you what, there's some activity going on Rig 3, and I see the meatball.
The first meatball of the day on our streams.
The first meatball of the day seems to have disappeared. Where's the meatball gone?
I don't know.
I've never seen it.
No.
No.
I think we might have a game glitch there.
Either that or I just ate the meatball. That's probably the way
That's
it went.
more than likely with us.
Yes. So Rig 2 still out in front. 1.4 the gap then back to Rig 4. That means that at the moment Rig 4 is still your net race leader because of the 5 seconds that will be added to the finishing time of Rig 2 for that mistake, should we call it?
Incident,
yes.
But Rig 2 at the moment is on for a 53.3 if this is valid.
Wow, that's a lap. And I think it is valid at the moment, isn't it?
We don't get the red in races, so we don't know.
The meatball's back.
The meatball is back. We love a meatball.
We do. It's a tasty meatball.
Rig 2's chilling out, hands off the wheel just there.
I know, but it's very broken.
No, Rig 2.
Oh, Rig 2. Oh.
From the lead of the race.
At 3.8 seconds the gap.
It's going up.
So it is going up, and there is a chance that he could steal the win by extending the gap to beyond 5 seconds. Right, we're across the line to start the final lap then, John.
Final lap, not valid that lap though, so it's not a purple.
What was it though?
It was a 53.5.
53.5,
That's nice.
That'd be top 10.
Yeah. If he kept it on track.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, okay, yeah. But
Yeah.
we don't worry about that.
No, exactly.
4.7 the gap. So pulling away, and that could be trouble. What track cut warnings have we got over there?
We've got 2 down on Rig 2.
Okay,
So
with 1 lap left, you'd assume that's safe.
should be all right.
Stevie's not driving, so it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone else
he could
would
do
be.
more than 1 in a lap, that's
He'd
for sure.
get more one in. He is. He's 4.7.
Rig 3 is in some trouble. We've got a broken BMW in the middle. 5.009. So currently winning by 9 thousandths of a second.
This is Rig 3's got a broken wheel on his car, so he can't go anywhere.
So Rig 4 needs to push on, try and close the gap by about 1/100th of a second, and he can take the win. Rig 2 out wide at the Lesmos though, so there might be an opportunity for Rig 4 to close that gap.
We're about to come to the end of the sector, so we'll get a timing update. Has he kept that gap with that little mistake though?
Well, let's see. We can see, so we're on board with Rig 4, and we can see Rig 2 not too far in the distance. Gap now is 3.399.
The mistake on the last
So that
lap.
mistake has put Rig 4 back into the net lead of this race. We're coming down the penultimate straight, though, in towards the Parabolica, or the Alboreto curve, whatever you want. But the McDonald's liveried car, which I think has been our most successful car of the weekend,
Nice, yeah.
is pushing on out of the Parabolica then. I was a little bit worried when the wheel touched the grass on entry, but held it well.
That was a clench one.
Did look a bit touch and
Just
go.
the
I think he's
gap.
going to steal it. 3.2's the gap,
He's-
so Rig 4 will take the win.
Due to a
So
time
round of
penalty.
applause for Rig 4.
Well done for Rig 4.
That is our race winner.
He was dubbed for big things and he's won.
Absolutely. And what was it he said to me before? Oh, no, I'm not very good.
I'm not very good at this.
I'm
No,
not
I'm not very good.
Rig 5 is at a moment on the final lap across the sausage curbs. And in fact, so she's not steering anymore, but the throttle pedal was still down.
I like the commitment. I like the commitment. We've all been there
Anyway,
after a race.
that's that race over. So before these guys run off, we would like to grab a quick picture with you guys just before you go.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Rig 4, our race winner. Thank you for joining us
Well
today.
done,
We'll be back with more organised races and streamed races tomorrow. And for those of you that are at home and thinking, actually, this looks like quite a good place to go, then head down to NEC in Birmingham tomorrow and join us.
Do, please. It's been great so far.
Thank you, John. Bye.
Thanks, Adam. Bye-bye.